Hi, welcome to memleaks. In our last video, we used cmake to generate build files for our Hello World C++ application. And in that previous video, we were using the default compiler in our system, which was GNU G++. Now we are going to be writing our own toolchain cmake file, which we'll use to specify a toolchain configuration, which is going to be using LLVM's clang compiler instead of G++. So to do so, let's create a toolchain file. Let's just name it cmake toolchain clang.cmake. And we are going to specify cmake system name to be Linux. That is the target OS for our application. Additionally, we will specify the C compiler to be clang 15. Version 15 is what's installed on this system. If you have a different major version of clang, just edit this as necessary. We won't really be using the C compiler, but we will be using the C++ compiler. And there, it'll be clang++ 15. Okay, and this is a very, very minimal toolchain file. It can be much more complex than this, especially if you're cross-building or cross-compiling for another target. There's a lot that you can really do within these, and it's a very powerful feature. But for now, this is all we need. We'll expand upon this in future videos. But let's just make sure that this works first. Okay, so now we have our toolchain file. Let's create a directory for our build output. And we're going to invoke cmake the same way as before, which will be using the same cmake list file as we did previously with our GNU test. But the difference now is we are going to tell cmake we are passing in a command line param, which will be cmake toolchain file. Check cmake's documentation. There are a number of parameters that cmake really makes available. Cmake toolchain file is one of those. And we are going to pass in a path to that toolchain file. In our case, that is directory above, cmake toolchain clang.cmake. And when we execute this command, you can now see the C compiler is clang, the C++ compiler is clang. And if we now invoke our makefile, we get our hello world binary output. And after executing that, we see hello world. In future videos, we are going to be getting into some more fun stuff, which will be setting up our Visual Studio Code IDE, along with a lot of pretty cool plugins to make C++ development much easier. We'll be moving away from the terminal a bit into more of the GUI-centric development environment. But these are very good basics that it's very beneficial to know, especially when things go wrong. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you learned something and have a great day.